When a man reaches his most intense point of pleasure, that moment can be deeply emotional for her too. It's not only about the physical act, it's about connection, presence, and trust. Many men assume that it's only their release, their satisfaction. But from a woman's perspective, that instant can be incredibly powerful. It tells her whether the experience was shared, whether she was with you in that moment, or if she was simply a spectator. Today, I want to help you understand what women truly feel and desire during that deeply private moment, and what small actions can turn it from something ordinary into something unforgettable. When a man, why shared awareness matters reaches his peak without saying a word or without acknowledging her, most women describe it as lonely. Not because she wanted control, but because she wanted connection. She wanted to feel included in that moment. You see, for most women, intimacy is not just about rhythm or movement, it's about emotional synchronization. When she feels like you're inviting her into that final moment, her heart opens even more. It tells her, "You're here with me." This isn't just physical, it's us. That's why a simple gesture, even something as soft as a whisper, letting her know that the moment is near, can change everything. It's not about permission, it's about partnership. When she knows what's happening, she feels seen. She feels trusted. The power of words. One of the most common things women tell me in private consultations is that they love when a man communicates right before reaching his climax. It could be a gentle breath against her ear, a quiet "I'm close," or even a whisper of appreciation for her. That moment, simple as it sounds, melts her heart. It's not about the words themselves, it's about what they mean. They mean he's aware, he's present, he's not lost in his own world. And when he shares that awareness, she feels chosen, part of the experience, not apart from it. Even soft eye contact right then, that tiny connection can feel like electricity. Looking into each other's eyes when the energy builds makes it feel like the world disappears, leaving only the two of you. It's that feeling of oneness that women often crave more than anything else. There's another kind, physical connection. The language without words of communication that happens without sound through touch. When a man instinctively holds her closer, grips her hand, or wraps his arms around her in that moment, it says more than words ever could. That touch tells her, "You matter here." It's a nonverbal reassurance that she's part of what's happening, that her presence makes it more meaningful. Many women describe that feeling of being gently held right as he's reaching his limit as both grounding and thrilling. It's not about strength or dominance, it's about emotional safety expressed through the body. That physical closeness at the peak moment often becomes the memory that lingers long after everything else fades. The energy of the final moments. There's something fascinating about the rhythm right before release. The way intensity builds and movement becomes more instinctive. Women notice this. In fact, many say that those final seconds when a man's focus deepens and his energy surges are among the most mesmerizing moments to witness. It's not because of the motion itself. It's because she can feel his raw authenticity. There's no pretending, no performance, only truth. In that instant, the mask drops and she gets to see the real man, unguarded, alive, human. For many women, that's the most beautiful sight in intimacy. Not perfection, but sincerity. So instead of holding back or trying to look controlled, it's often more attractive when a man allows himself to be fully present, real, and emotionally open in that instant. Now let's talk about what happens after the peak happens after. This is where many men unintentionally make mistakes. When the intensity fades, some immediately pull away, clean up, or mentally disconnect as if the experience is over. But for her, that moment after is sacred. It's when her emotions are still tender and her body is still alive with sensation. If you hold her for even a minute, gently stroke her hair, stay close, breathe together, it can create an afterglow that feels like love itself. That's when the experience transforms from just pleasure to deep connection. And the truth is, this after phase is what many women remember most, because it tells her whether it was only about the act or about the bond. Every woman is what women secretly wish you'd know different, but there's a beautiful pattern that emerges in the way they describe their ideal moment. They don't ask for control, they don't even need grand gestures. What they want is to feel included, to feel that he's not just taking a personal journey, but inviting her into it. That's what intimacy is. Not perfection, not performance, but shared awareness. So when a man whispers something, holds her close, or simply breathes with her at the same rhythm, he's not just doing something right, he's giving her something rare, emotional trust in physical form. And trust in the end is the most magnetic thing of all. What surprises most men is that women find vulnerability incredibly attractive. Not weakness, but openness. When you allow her to see you in that unfiltered moment, she feels safe to open herself too. It's not about performance, endurance, or control. It's about authenticity. It's about saying, without words, "This is me, fully here, fully connected, fully real." That's the kind of energy that stays with her long after, because what she remembers isn't how long it lasted or how perfect it looked. She remembers how deeply she felt you there. So what do women secretly love when a man reaches his peak? They love when he communicates with words, eyes, or touch. They love when he stays connected instead of disappearing into silence. They love when he lets her feel that this moment belongs to both of them, not just one. If you remember one thing from today's talk, let it be this. The greatest pleasure for a woman is not in watching a man's body react, it's in feeling emotionally united with him. When she senses that you are fully present, that you see her, that you invite her into that sacred moment. That's when intimacy turns into something unforgettable. Men often underestimate how much presence truly means to a woman. To her, your presence is not just about being physically there, it's the quiet energy you bring into the space. It's your attention, your calm, your awareness. When she feels that, it touches something deep inside her that no words can reach. The truth is, connection is the most powerful aphrodisiac there is. It's not appearance, not size, not perfection. It's the emotional vibration that tells her, "I'm here with you right now completely." When a man carries that kind of presence, every touch feels richer, every glance feels meaningful, and even silence feels full. And the beautiful thing is, you don't have to be perfect. You don't need rehearsed lines or flawless timing. You just need to be there fully, calmly, honestly. Because when two people reach that level of awareness together, that's not just pleasure, that's art. That's intimacy in its purest form. And that is something she will never forget.